All right, so good evening, everyone. Hope so I'm audible. Please respond in the chat box. Am I audible? Yes. All right. Okay, so good evening, everyone. And today, what we are going to do, we are going to wind up the important ranks and reports that we have to prepare for our exam. All right. So, first of all, we'll look into some of the observations of these reports. Then, at the end of it, we'll try to remember and memorize these ranks that India got in these reports. And then, at the end of it, as I told you, that will also solve certain questions, not with respect to these ranks and reports, because you have already solved many questions with respect to ranks and reports. But yes, we are going to solve only 9 to 10 questions, the current affair questions belonging to the current events from January till April. Okay, most importantly, it will be between March and April that I have picked. All right. Okay, so guys, without wasting any time, let's begin with today's session. All right. So, guys, first report that we have to take care of is the most recent one. That is a report which was released by Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Hope so the screen is visible to everybody. Slide is visible to everyone, right? Okay. So guys, what we have to remember, this is the most recent report that has been published. So first of all, remember that it is a report which has been released by Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Okay, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Now, there are two observations that we have to mark. Okay, दो observation है जो बहुत important है. First, India has emerged as the largest importer of arms in the world. All right. Now, see, the report has placed India at the top of the list. 85% of India's overall imports were from these following three countries. Which one? Russia, first rank, France, second, and third, USA. There are many observations. There are many observations of this report that we have to keep in our mind. All right. Now, so first of all, what we have to remember is 85% of India's overall imports were from these three countries. First is Russia, second France, and third USA. Okay, that means this makes these countries the top three largest exporters of arms to India. Okay. Now, largest arms exporters in the period of 2017 and 21. This report says that United States of America with 39% share retained its standing as the world's largest arms exporter, not in 1 year, but in the period of 2017-21. Okay, 2017 to 2021. Then guys, Russia is ranked 2, France is ranked 3, then we have China at rank 4, and then we have Germany at rank 5. So these are the top 5 largest exporters respectively in which period? In the period of 2017 till the year 2021. All right. Now, after this, when we look at this particular period, the report observes that India was the 23rd largest exporter. Okay, India was the 23rd largest exporter of arms. Now come to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute and its report on the trends in the international arms transfer 2021. What else we have to remember? Well, that in terms of the importing countries, arms importing countries, we have to remember Egypt, Australia, and China were the next 3 largest importers, respectively, in the top 5 ranking. Okay, in the top 5 ranking. So, as per the report, India and Saudi Arabia emerged as the largest importers of arms between this period. All right, and after that, Egypt, Australia, and China are respectively ranked at 3rd, 4th, and 5th rank. All right. So please do remember these two particular rankings in terms of the largest exporters and then the respective ranking with respect to the largest importers. All right. Then please do remember this observation of this report that if we look into the defense expenditure or expenditure of the nations with respect to the military or the defense budget, United States of America ranks one, then China is the second largest military spender in the world, and then at rank third, India is there. India is the third ranking country when it comes to spending on the military. All right. So hope so everybody is understanding what we have to take, what are the key takeaways of this report. First of all, we are the largest importer. In terms of the arms imports, India's rank is 1. In terms of military spending, India's rank is 3. All right. And when it comes to the largest arms exporters in this period, then we have United States of America as the world's largest arm exporter. Do remember Russia and do remember France. At least remember top 3 countries. And at the end of it, do remember the institution which has released the report, that is Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Now, so India's ranking in terms of military spending is rank number 3. All right. And same is the rank of India in the next report. What is this report? What is the next report? Same is the report that India got, that is rank 3, when it came to the ranking of the unicorns. All right. So adding 33 unicorns in a single year has helped India displaced which country? United Kingdom, to be the third in the list of countries that are home to such enterprises which are valued over at least $1 billion, right? $1 billion. So at rank third is India. Who is the first ranking country? Which is the first ranking country? We know it is United States of America. Then second rank goes to China. And then third is India. Fourth is United Kingdom now. All right. US and China, you can just remember that US and China are home to 74% of the unicorn universe of the world. And United States of India added 254 unicorns and now totals 487 companies in the coveted list, while China added 74 to take this tally to 301. All right. UK added only 15 unicorns to take its total to 39. All right. So India is the third largest military spender in the world. India is also the third largest unicorn, you can say ecosystem country of the world. Then comes rank 10. So guys, these ranks, these reports I have arranged in the ascending order of the rank that India received. All right. So next is the climate change performance index. So climate change performance index. So second, so as far as the climate change performance index, India has been placed at 10th spot in the global climate change performance index, released by which organization? German Watch, on the sidelines of COP26. In 2020 also, India was ranked at the 10th position. What we have to remember, that this is the third consecutive year in a row that India has retained this particular rank. Okay. So what else we must remember? That no country has been ranked at 1, 2, or 3 position. Okay. No country has been ranked at 1, 2, or 3 position. Well, the first country which has been ranked over here is Denmark, and that too with the place 4. Okay. So to remember, Denmark has you can say 4th rank, and India has the 10th rank in this particular report. Okay. So this was a report released by German Watch. Now come to the next report. So after the 10th rank, next rank that India has is rank number 43, in which report? In the International IP Intellectual Property Index Report 2022. All right. So now, who releases this report? So this index or report is released by Global Innovation Policy Center of the United States Chamber of Commerce. Okay, Global Innovation Policy Center of the US Chamber of Commerce. Now, what India has done? India has improved its overall IP score from 38.4% to 38.6%, and the country is ranked 43 out of the 55 countries on International Intellectual Property Index 2022. What else we can remember? We must remember that in July 2021, that is last year, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Commerce released a review of intellectual property rights regime in India. And this review was a welcome development, and it offers a comprehensive and detailed study of the strengths and weaknesses of India in the national IP environment. Right? So please do remember, India has been ranked 43rd out of the 55 countries in this particular report. Now, can you tell me which country has been ranked first in this particular report? So please let me know in the chat box that which country has been ranked, or has received a top ranking in this particular International Intellectual Property Index report. All right. So meanwhile, I'll move ahead. So after the rank 43, next is the rank 46th in the Economist Intelligence Unit's Democracy Index. So India has been ranked 46th position in this Democracy Index global ranking, according to the Economist Intelligence Unit, with the highest score of 9.75, where in this report, with the highest score of 9.75, Norway has topped the Democracy Index 2021 listing. All right. So this list was published on 10th of February 2022. No need to remember the date, but we must remember the score that India got. So India scored 6.91 to rank 46 on this particular list. Also, an interesting fact that we can remember, that our neighbor Pakistan has been placed further below in the hybrid regime with a rank of 104. With what other country we can remember? We can also remember Afghanistan, because of the developments or the re-Talibanization of the Afghanistan. It was ranked at 167th rank. This we can remember. Also, we can remember China was ranked at 148th rank. All right. We can remember Bangladesh is ranked at 75th, and Sri Lanka, which is in crisis, was ranked at 67th rank. Okay. So most importantly, we must remember the India's rank, but along with that, also do remember the countries which are, you can say, which are where democracy as a system is in crisis, like Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, then Sri Lanka, we obviously know, right? So at least try to remember these countries. All right. Now let's move to the next. So 46 is India's rank in the Democracy Index of EIU, and same is the rank of India, that is 46th. In which other report or in which other index? It is Global Innovation Index 2021. So India has ranked 46th in Global Innovation Index released by World Intellectual Property Organization. World Intellectual Property Organization. Guys, can you tell me where is World Intellectual Property Organization headquartered? Where is it headquartered? World Intellectual Property Organization is headquartered where? In which city? Very good. Yes, this is headquartered at Geneva, Switzerland, right? Geneva, Switzerland. So what else we have to remember? That India has jumped 2 spots from the last year's ranking. Under which group? Under the lower middle income category group. Now, when it comes to this lower middle income category group, India has been ranked at the 2nd spot after Vietnam. All right. So what we have to remember, when it comes to the lower middle income category group, India has been ranked at the 2nd spot after Vietnam. All right. So Global Innovation Index 2021 captures the innovation ecosystem performance of how many economies? 132 economies. And what else we have to remember? That there are 80 indicators which are explored, including what? Including political environment, education, infrastructure, business sophistication, which are a part of vision of the innovation. All right. So there are two observations that we have to remember, that as far as this index is concerned, India का rank 46th है, and इसके बाद what else we have to remember? Lower middle income group of countries, India is ranked 2nd after Vietnam. All right, and report is released by World Intellectual Property Organization. All right, next is after 46, India got rank 51 in Knight Frank's Global Housing Pricing Index in the 4th quarter of the in fourth quarter of 2021. In fourth quarter of 2021. All right. So India has improved. So India has improved 5 spots as far as its ranking is concerned to be placed at 51st position in global house pricing index. India was placed at 56th position in the fourth quarter last year, that was in the last or the preceding the financial year of the 2021, that was the year of 2020. So Turkey saw the highest annual price growth rate by 59.6%. No need to remember the percentage, just remember the top 3 countries. First ranking country is Turkey, second ranking country is New Zealand, and then the third ranking country is Czech Republic. All right, and India's rank is 51 in 2021, and in the fourth quarter, India's rank was 56th. All right, now let's move ahead. So it was the 51st place that India got in the Knight Frank's Global Housing Price Index. Let's jump to the rank number 71 that India got in terms of Global Food Security Index. In terms of Global Food Security Index. So India achieved the 71st position in Global Food Security Index 2021 among a list of 113 countries. This particular list and index is designed and constructed by London-based Economist Impact and is sponsored by Corteva Agri Science. The overall score of India in this particular report was 57.2 points. According to this report, India held this position with an overall score of 57.2, and then we fared better than the Pakistan, which had the rank of 75, better than Sri Lanka also, which is ranked at 77, better than Nepal, which was ranked at 79th, Bangladesh at 84th rank, but the country was way behind than our counterpart or our, you can say, adversary or a competitor, all right, that is China, which was ranked at 34th. All right. So which are those countries which are top ranked in this particular index? So Ireland, Australia, UK, Finland, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Canada, Japan, France, and US, they shared the top rank. Their overall GFS score were in the range of 77.8 and 80 points on the index. No need to remember the score. Just if you want to remember the score, just remember the overall score of India. That is 57.2%, and these are the top ranking countries. Also, because there is a food crisis in Sri Lanka, so you may remember 77th rank of Sri Lanka. Also, please do remember the rank of Pakistan, that is 75th, and also we must remember the rank of China, that is 34th. All right. So this was the India's rank in the Global Food Security Index. Next comes India's rank, that is 83rd, where 83rd in the first quarter of the year 2022, that we know, in Henley Passport Index of the year 2022. So India has been ranked 83rd among 111 countries in the latest Passport Index report. India ranked at 90th spot among 116 countries in fourth quarter of 2021. So obviously, we know that India has jumped 7 spots to reach this place. Oman and Armenia are the latest destinations where Indian passport, do remember this, very important update, that Oman and Armenia are the latest destinations where Indian passport holders can visit without obtaining a visa. Now, can you tell me which are the top ranking countries in this particular index? Which are the top ranking countries? Which have the most powerful passport? The country with the most powerful passport in the world? Very good. So top, all right. So Mudit, Agastya, Himank, Jivesh, Utkarsh, Akshat, Hasika, Riya, Sanchari, Archana. Yes. So everybody has responded correctly. Yes. So the correct answer is Japan and Singapore. All right. Now come to the next. So after the 83rd rank, the next rank that India received was 85th rank in which report? In a very important report that is called as Global Corruption Perception Index report. So this Global Corruption Perception Index report is released by an organization called as Transparency International. Transparency International. All right. So in the last year, when it was the year of 2020, India was ranked 86th with a score of 40. This year, the Corruption Perception Index reveals that corruption levels are at a worldwide standstill, and the global average remains unchanged for the 10th year in a row at just 43 out of 100 points. 43 out of 100 points. You can see what is the level of corruption in the world from this particular mapping. So which areas are the most corrupt areas, most corrupt regions of the world. So you can see very well that the regions of Africa, Latin America, Mexico, right? Then obviously Central Asia, right? East Asia, and then we have you can say South Asia here and some parts of Middle East. So these are the regions which are most corrupt as per the Transparency International. India's rank is 85 this year. Last year it was 86th, right? What else we should remember? Which countries are the most transparent countries of the world? So Denmark, Finland, and New Zealand. Denmark, Finland, and New Zealand are the most transparent countries of the world. And this Transparency International is headquartered at Berlin, Germany. All right. Okay. So now let's come to the next ranking that India received, and that is the 93rd rank. So India in the VDEMS Democracy Report of the year 2022 ranked 93rd, and the top five LDI countries are Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Costa Rica, and New Zealand. So these are the top 5 countries. If you cannot remember the top 5 countries, at least remember the top country in this particular report, and that is Sweden. Okay. So what are the observations for India in this particular report? It classifies India as an electoral autocracy. Okay. This is a very strong observation of this report. It classifies India as an electoral autocracy, ranking it 93rd on the LDI out of 179 countries. What other observations they have made? India is one of the top 10 autocratizers in the world, says the report. Also, India is a part of a broader global trend of anti-plural, guys, anti-plural political party driving a country's autocratization. These are very, very strong and adverse remarks that this report has placed on India. All right. So this makes this report very controversial. That's why it is very, very important. All right. Now, ranked at 93rd, India figures in the bottom 50% of the countries. Bottom 50% of the countries. These are the facts which might appear in some kind of analytical question in our GK section. All right. So please do remember these facts. They are very important facts. And then India has slipped. It has slipped further down in the electoral democracy index to 100 and even lower in the deliberative component index at 102. Now, in South Asia, when we consider South Asia as a comparative region, India is ranked below which other countries? Sri Lanka, which is ranked at 88. Please do remember this. Nepal 71, Bhutan 65, and we are ranked above Pakistan, which is 170. Which countries are ranked above India? So we can remember that Pakistan is ranked at 117. All right, 117. So apart from India, we can also remember ranks of Sri Lanka and Pakistan in these kinds of reports. All right. Okay, so obviously this makes the observation which has been made over here about the largest and most vibrant democracy of the world is very, very, you can say, it's a huge cause of concern, and this makes this report very controversial. That's why we must remember the observations of this report. All right. Now let's move to the next rank that India got. So India received 101st rank in global hunger index, 2021. This again was a cause of controversy when this report was released. So India's rank has dropped to 101st position from 101st position among 116 countries in global hunger index in 2021. So in the last years, what we have to remember, in the last year's report, India was placed at 94th spot. Okay, 94th spot. In this year, India's GHI score is recorded as 27.5 out of 50, which comes under serious category. All right. And neighboring countries like Nepal ranked at 76, Bangladesh ranked at 76. Both countries have the same ranking. Then we have Myanmar at 71 and Pakistan at 92 are also in the alarming hunger category, all right, but have fared better at feeding its citizens than India. Now, again, this last observation makes this report very, very controversial. That these countries have fared better at feeding its citizens than India. Okay, so the top countries in this particular index, which are the top ranking countries. So a total of 18 countries, including China, Kuwait, and Brazil, share the top rank. The GHI score of these 18 nations is less than 5. This means that these countries suffer very less from hunger and malnutrition. Now, at the end of this report, what we must remember is that Global Hunger Index measures and tracks hunger at global, regional, and national levels, and the index is published jointly by Wealth Hunger Life, that is WHH, along with the Concern Worldwide, and it is based on the current GHI projections. The index states that the world as a whole will not achieve a low level of hunger by which year? By the year 2030, which is the year of what? Which is the year of Sustainable Development Goals. So can you tell me that zero hunger as a goal is at which number in 17 Sustainable Development Goals? All right, so Akshat, Hima, Mudir, and Siddhar. Yes. All right, so also Samriti Pia. All right, so everybody has answered it very correctly. Yes, it is a Sustainable Development Goal number 2. All right, now when it comes to Sustainable Development Goals, what is the new rank of India? So India has been ranked at 120th position in Sustainable Development Report 2021, or the Sustainable Development Index 2021. In this index, the countries are ranked by a score out of 100, whereby India had score of 60.07. What was the last year's India's rank? It was 117. That means last year it was 117, and this year we have dropped by 3 positions to be ranked at 120. So this particular index measures the country's total progress towards achieving the 17 sustainable development goals under 169 targets. And this index has been topped by Finland. So which are the top 5 countries in this ranking? So we have Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, and Belgium. All right. So these are the part of, these sustainable development goals are the part of Agenda 21, which was an outcome of that United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which is also called as First Earth Summit, First Rio Summit, right? In the year 1992. All right. So this was about India's rank in the Sustainable Development Goals Index. Now come to rank 136 that India received in UN World Happiness Report. All right, so it was the 10th edition of this report, which was released on March 18, 2022. And this has been, as we all know, been published by United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, also known as UNSDSN. 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 Now, the report is based on two key ideas. First, happiness or life evaluation measured through opinion surveys. And second, identify the key elements and determining well-being and life evaluation across the countries. Okay, so these are the two key ideas upon which this particular World Happiness Report is based. So India has improved its rank by how many spots? Well, 3 spots, to acquire 136th position in this particular report for the year 2022, which ranked 146 countries. All right. So in 2021, obviously India's rank was 139. Now again, Finland has topped the 2022 World Happiness Report for the 5th continuous year. We can remember this, that it is the 5th consecutive year when Finland has topped this report. And which country is the unhappiest country of the world? It is Afghanistan with a rank of 146. Okay, Afghanistan with a rank of 146. Now, can you tell me that what was the rank of Afghanistan in the democracy index? By your recollection, can you tell me in the chat box, what was the rank of Afghanistan in the democracy index? All right, guys. So this was about UN World Happiness Report 2022. Now come to certain important reports where the countries are not ranked, but these reports are important for their observations. Like, first such report is International Labour Organization's Global Unemployment in its World Employment and Social Outlook report, also called as VISO Trends. Okay, World Employment and Social Outlook report, also abbreviated as VISO Trends report, has observed that global unemployment level in 2022 is projected at what million of people? 207 million people. All right. Now, the global unemployment level in 2022 is estimated at 207 million compared to 186 million in which year? In the year of 2019. Total working hours globally in 2022 is projected to be 2% below the pre-pandemic level, and this is equivalent to the loss of 52 million full-time jobs. So these are the observations which might appear in our exam. All right, so we must be prepared for it. So the global labor force participation rate in 2022 is projected to remain 1.2% below that of 2019, before the, or you can say when the in the pre-pandemic era. So in 2022, around 40 million people will no longer be participating in the global labor force, which is a very serious cause of concern. In 2022, around 40 million people will no longer be participating in global labor force. All right, so this was the observation of from the World Employment and Social Outlook report released by International Labour Organization. Guys, can you tell me that who has recently been appointed or elected as, who has been recently elected as the 11th Director General of ILO? Who has been recently elected as the 11th Director General of ILO, International Labour Organization? All right, next such report that we can make notes of is World Inequality Report. So World Inequality Report, which is released by France-based World Inequality Lab. In this particular report, what observations have been marked? So as far as India is concerned, the first observation that they have made in this report is that India's bottom half earns 53,610 rupees, whereas the top 10% holds 57% of the wealth, whereas the bottom 50% holds only 13% of the nation's wealth. So these are some of the strong observations again which has been made by this report in context of India. Then poorest half of the globe owns just 2% of the wealth. That's what this report says. And the richest 10% own 76% of the all wealth. All right, so we can remember the observations made for India. Also we can remember the observations made with respect to the world when it comes to the world inequality. Very good. So Gilbert Humbo, right, has been appointed as the 11th Director General of International Labour Organization. So which region is or are the most unequal regions in the world? So please do remember Middle East and North Africa. Middle East and North Africa, that what we collectively refer to as MENA, are the most unequal regions in the world, whereas Europe has the lowest, inequality levels. In Europe, the top 10% income share is around 36%, whereas in the Middle East and North Africa, it is around 58%. It is around 58%. Now, the report also, you can remember, has been authored by whom? So the report was authored by Lucas Chancel, who is the co-director of World Inequality Report, and it was coordinated by famed French economist Thomas Piketty. All right. So you can also remember these two names: Lucas Chancel, who is the author of the report, and this report is coordinated by the renowned French economist Thomas Piketty. All right. So after this World Inequality Report, next is the World Bank's policy research working papers, which have made again a strong observation with respect to extreme poverty rate in India. So strong, not in terms of the negative, but in terms of the positive observation. So the extreme poverty rate in India fell from 22.5% in 2011 to 10.2% in the year 2019, as per the recent World Bank policy research working paper. All right. This represents a decline of 12.3 percent points in extreme poverty count between the years of 2011 to the year 2019. So decline in rural area, now decline within the poverty rate is much higher in rural areas as compared to urban areas. Again, a very important observation that we can remember. While the reduction in rural poverty dropped by 14.7 percent points, the poverty in urban areas dropped by only 7.9%. And then we can remember the basic facts about World Bank, that we know World Bank headquarters, along with the other Bretton Woods institutions, is headquartered at Washington, D.C. World Bank current president, David Robert Malpass, and World Bank member countries are total 189, including India. Right? So this was the observation of this report. Now come to the next report. So next report is United Nations Development Program Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index Report. Now, as far as India is concerned, this report makes a strong observation that 5 out of 6 multi-dimensionally poor people in India were from lower tribes or lower castes. That means scheduled tribes, scheduled caste, and other backward classes. These are the 3 categories where 5 out of 6 multi-dimensional poor people are found in India. This is a very, very important observation in this context. All right. So the finding is based across 109 countries and 5.9 billion people. Of this, 1.3 billion people are multi-dimensionally poor, or approximately 21.7% of them. About half, that is around 644 million, are children under the age 18. About 8.2% are, you can say, over and above the age of 60. Nearly 85% of such multidimensionally poor live in the sub-Saharan Africa or in South Asia. So 84% live in the rural areas and 16% live in the urban areas. So this multidimensional poverty index is jointly released by UNDP and Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative, that is also called as OPHI. Please do remember the name of both the institutions. Now, can you tell me where is UNDP headquartered? Can you tell me where is UNDP headquartered? Where are the headquarters of UNDP? United Nations Development Program. So Utkarsh, Akriti, then Samriddhi, Agastya, All right, Ame, Aditya, Anshika, Andrea, and Siddharth. Yes, so yes, this is headquartered at New York, right? This is headquartered at New York. All right. So this was about the multi-dimensional poverty index report that we have to remember. Most importantly, remember UNDP, Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative, both are the organization responsible for this report. And in India, 5 out of the 6 multidimensionally poor people were from SCs, STs, and OBCs. All right, next such report is Oxfam India's Inequality Kills report. Very important. So, as per this report, the wealth of India's richest families reached to a record high in the year 2021. In this report, India was described as a very unequal country, as the top 10 people in India hold 57% of the wealth. Then the report states that 84% of Indian households witnessed an income decline amid the pandemic, and the richest 98 richest 98 Indians own the same wealth. This is a very, very strong observation that you can remember over here, that the richest 98 Indians owns the same wealth as the bottom 552 million people in India. The number of Indian billionaires in the same period increased from 102 to 142 during 2021. The wealth of the top 100 families is close to 57.3 trillion US dollars. Now, why this report has been titled as Inequality Kills? Because this report has also observed that this inequality has led to many other issues. Like, you can also remember that as per this report, 67,000 gender-based violence instances have been recorded. 5.6 million people have lack of access to healthcare, okay, and they died because of it. Then 231,000 people, you can say, got affected because of the climate breakdown, and 2.1 million people are affected because of the hunger. So inequality kills one person every 4 seconds. That's what is the theme or tag of this particular report. All right. So this was your Oxfam India report. Now come to some other important reports where we have to remember the cities and their ranks. So the first such report is again from the Economist Intelligence Unit, known as the Safe Cities Index 2021 report, that we know that Copenhagen is the top ranking country. Then we have Toronto, then we have Singapore, then we have Sydney, then we have Tokyo. Now, which is the bottom country? Which is the bottom country in this particular index? It is Yangon. Yangon is at the bottom of the index and is deemed as the least safe city with a score of 39.5. Now, when it comes to India, guys, New Delhi has been ranked at 48th in the world, and Mumbai has been ranked just 2 places above Delhi, that is 50. Okay, so 40 and 50 are the two ranks that we have to remember with respect to New Delhi and Mumbai, right? So this is the city specific first report. Now let's jump to the next report. So next is QS World University Rankings, which was released with respect to the subjects in this particular year. And in this, what we have to remember, that the top 3 QS World University ranking institutions in the world, first is MIT, second is University of Oxford, and then we have Stanford University and University of Cambridge. Next, what we have to remember, that from India, IIT Bombay, very important, IIT Bombay was ranked at 65th place, and then the IIT Delhi was ranked at 72nd place. All right. So these are the only 2 institutions from India which were ranked in the top 100 best universities or institutions of the world as per QS World University Rankings 2022. All right. So this was about the QS World University Rankings. Now let's move to some other reports where we have to remember certain states. So first is Niti Aayog's State Energy and Climate Index report, in which Gujarat has topped. Gujarat has topped the report when it comes to the larger states category. So as far as State Energy and Climate Index Round 1 report is concerned, released by Niti Aayog, what has happened that in the larger state categories, Gujarat, Kerala and Punjab. Gujarat, Kerala and Punjab are the top 3 states in large states category. When it comes to the smaller states category, the first ranking state is Goa, then the second ranking state is Tripura, and the third ranking state is Manipur. When it comes to union territories, please do remember that the first ranking union territory is Chandigarh, then the second one is Delhi, and the third one is Daman and Diu, along with Dadar and Nagar Haveli. Okay, so if you cannot remember top 3, at least remember in large state category it is Gujarat, in small states category it is Goa, and as far as the UTs are concerned, Chandigarh is the best UT in terms of energy and climate index released by Niti Aayog. Now let's move to another report of Niti Aayog where Gujarat has again marked the top spot. So in the recent Export Preparedness Index released by Niti Aayog, Gujarat was the top ranking country, followed by Maharashtra, Karnataka, then we have Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. At least try and remember top 3 states. First is Gujarat, second is Maharashtra, third is Karnataka. All right, at least try and remember top 3 states in this particular region. Now, as far as union territories are concerned, Lakshadweep, Arunachal Pradesh, union territories and states are concerned. Lakshadweep, Arunachal Pradesh, you can say Mizoram, Ladakh and Meghalaya have been ranked worst. All right. So from Northeast region, guys, we can remember that Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Meghalaya are the 3 you can say states which have been ranked worst in this Export Preparedness Index. As far as what you can say UTs are concerned, we have Lakshadweep and Ladakh, L for Ladakh and L for Lakshadweep, both of which have been ranked as worst UTs in terms of export preparedness. Then what else we can remember? That the world trade is about $24 trillion value, with India's export worth $400 billion, indicating huge potential that India's exports have in the near future. All right. So this was about Export Preparedness Index in which Gujarat topped the listing. Now, again, another report in which Gujarat was a top ranking state, which is this report. This is the Good Governance Index 2021 report, which was launched by Union Minister Amit Shah on the occasion of Good Governance Day on 25th of December 2021. So this particular report was prepared by Department of Administration Reforms and Public Grievances. And this particular framework covered the 10 sectors and 58 indicators. So which are the top ranking states in the Good Governance Index? So the first is Gujarat, then second we have Maharashtra, third we have Goa, fourth is Haryana, fifth is Kerala, and then we have sixth rank, that is Karnataka. All right. Right. Now, so at least if not 5, please try and remember the top 3 states in this particular report. Now come to the next report that we have. So this is IQ Air's World Air Quality Report, which we know that we have made a record that New Delhi has been dubbed as or tagged as the most polluted capital city of the world. So New Delhi has been followed by Dhaka in Bangladesh, right? Then we have Chad, Jamena, and then we have Dushanbe of Tajikistan, then we have Muscat of Oman. But when it comes to the most polluted city in India, then Instead of New Delhi, we have to mark which other city, that is Bhiwadi, and then after Bhiwadi, we have next city, that is Ghaziabad, all right, and then we have at least do remember these top two. And then Bangladesh, what else we have to remember? Bangladesh was the most polluted country, followed by Chad, then Pakistan, and then Tajikistan. As far as the ranking of the countries are concerned in this particular report, we have to remember India was the fifth most polluted country. India was the fifth most polluted country of the world. Then, of the 15 most polluted cities in Central and South Asia, 12 were in India. Now, can you tell me in the top 100 most polluted cities, how many cities belong to India? In the top 100 cities, most polluted cities, how many cities belong to India? Rajasthan. Yes, so a total of 63 countries, a total of 63 countries, sorry, 63 cities are among the top 100 most polluted cities of the world, right? All right, guys, can you tell me what is the rank of India? What is the rank of India? What is the rank of India in global equity market listing? Global equity market. In terms of global equity markets, what is the rank of India? All right, next is United Nations Environment Program report with respect to noise pollution. So UNEP published Annual Frontier Report 2022. As per this report, Dhaka, that is the capital city of Bangladesh, has been ranked the most noise polluted city globally. All right. And as far as the second rank is concerned, after Dhaka, it is Uttar Pradesh, Moradabad district, which has been ranked second in this particular list with a noise pollution of 114 decibels. Then at the rank third is Islamabad, that is the capital of Pakistan, with 105 decibel of the noise. So Dhaka has 119 decibels, which is the highest. And then we have, you can say with 114 decibel, Moradabad, and then we have at 105 decibels, Islamabad of Pakistan, that has been ranked third in this. All right. So this was about the Annual Frontier Report 2022 released by UNEP. Now come to the India State of the Forest Report 2021. Now, what we have to remember from here, that as far as the forest cover gain is concerned, which are the top five states? So as per India State of Forest Report 2021 released by Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav in its 17th edition, released by Forest Survey of India, India's forest and tree cover rose by what area? 2,261 square kilometers. 2,261 square kilometers. Next, what we have to remember, that as far as the forest area gain is concerned, Andhra Pradesh was the state where 647 square kilometer of the forest area got increased. Then we have Telangana, then we have Odisha, then we have Karnataka, and then we have Jharkhand. So the top five states in terms of the gains is Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha, Karnataka, and Jharkhand. And when it comes to the losses in the forest cover areas, the top ranking state is from the northeast, that is Arunachal Pradesh, which lost 257 square kilometers of the forest area. Then we have Manipur, then we have Nagaland, then we have Mizoram, and then we have Meghalaya. All right. So we have to remember the top five states which gained the forest cover area and top five states which lost the forest cover area. All right. Now, what are some other observations that we can remember apart from this? That the total forest cover in India is around 7,13,789 square kilometers. Just have a brief idea about this value, all right, which is 21.7% of the overall geographical area, and the tree cover is around 95,748 square kilometers, which is around 2.9% of the overall geographical area. So the top 5 states and the then what else we can remember area wise? Madhya Pradesh has the largest forest cover in the country, followed by which state? So Arunachal Pradesh, then we have Chhattisgarh, then we have Odisha, and then we have Maharashtra. All right. So apart from the 5 states losing the forest area, apart from the 5 states, you can say gaining the forest area, the next listing that we can remember that MP has the largest forest cover area, Arunachal Pradesh ranked second, Chhattisgarh third, Odisha fourth, and Maharashtra is fifth. All right. Now, let's move to the next one. So again, Andhra Pradesh is getting the first rank in another report. So this is Scotch State of the Governance ranking of the year 2021. The second rank was backed by, so first was Andhra Pradesh, second is West Bengal, third is Odisha, right? Then after that, you can say we have Gujarat, which is ranked fourth. We have Maharashtra, which has been ranked fifth. So at least remember the top five states under the Scotch State Governance ranking of the year 2021. All right. So Andhra Pradesh, we have to remember as a top ranking state in these 2 reports. All right. Now come to Jammu Kashmir. So Jammu Kashmir has topped the India Press Freedom Report of the year 2021, which was recently released by Rights and Risks Analysis Group. Okay, so according to this report, the 13 media houses and newspapers were targeted in the country. A total of 108 journalists were attacked and 6 journalists were killed. So the top ranking state in this is Jammu and Kashmir. Then we have Uttar Pradesh, followed by Uttar Pradesh, then followed by Madhya Pradesh, and then we have Tripura, which is the northeastern state, top the list of the states and union territories where journalists and media houses were targeted all through the year 2021. So it is not a good ranking to be listed in the top ranks. All right. So at least try and remember the top 3: Jammu Kashmir, UP, and Madhya Pradesh. Most importantly, this report is important because of Jammu Kashmir topping this particular list. All right. Also remember this report was released by Rights and Risks Analysis Group. All right. Now, guys, let's try to recall some of the important reports that we just read over here. Okay. So I just made 3 statements out of the reports that we studied, and you have to fill in the alphabets with the ranks. Okay. So globally, houses, that means the global housing rank. What is the rank of India? In the global housing report, what is the rank of India? Very good. It is 51, right? So globally houses ranked 51 have food security. Guys, global food security index, what is the rank? So we have 51, and then we have, what should I place at B? Right. At B, we will have 71, right? So we have 51 here. We have 71 here in food security index. Guys, what about the hunger index? C can be replaced with what? Very good. So Ayush and August have already answered it. So 51, 71, and then we have 101. All right. So we can remember global houses have food security concern leading to hunger. Okay. So 51, 71, and 101. Guys, innovate democracy, global innovation index, and global democracy index have the same rank. India has the same rank. What is this rank? So what should I replace D with? Exactly, 46, right? 46th rank. So we can remember innovate democracy for global innovation and world democracy index, in both of which India has been ranked 46th. Now guys, unicorns led intellectual properties to reach through the passport access in democracies. What should I replace E with? As per that report, answer is third, right? Then intellectual properties. What about intellectual properties? We have 3 plus 1, 4 along with 3, that is 43. Then the passport index is 4 to the 8, and again we are repeating 3. Then the other democracy report, what was India's rank? All right, so now I'm getting the right answers. Mudit, Ria, Mudit, Sindhuja, then we have Aditya, Anshika, Siddhak, Hasika. Exactly, this is 93, right? So guys, we just have to remember these three statements, and then we can never be confused about these ranks. All right. So global house is 51 plus 20, that is 71 plus 30, that is 101. Then we can remember, so innovate democracy, both have the, India has 46th rank here, and then in the unicorns report that was released, India has 3 plus 143. All right. Intellectual properties reached through passport, then we have 83, and then we have 93. All right. So this was about the this. Now let's quickly solve few questions, and then we are done with the session. So guys, so consider the following statements. Consider the following statements, and we have to mark which of these statements given if above is are correct. Every year, United Nations mark April 18 as the International Day of Monuments and Sites. Guys, true or false? Every year, United Nations mark April 18 as the International Day for Monuments and Sites. Very good. Yes, exactly. This is absolutely correct. This is absolutely correct. Then comes the statement number 2. The theme of World Heritage Day 2022 is Heritage and Climate. Heritage and Climate. World Heritage Day. This is also correct. Yes, this is also correct. And then we have the third. India is home to 42 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. What do you say? True or false? This is false. Exactly. So our correct answer would be option number A. That is 1 and 2. Right? 1 and 2. India just has 40 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Guys, next question. Very important. The Partnership for Action on Green Economy, that is PAGE, which is a UN mechanism which assists countries transition towards greener and more inclusive economies, emerged at which of the following? The Earth Summit on Sustainable Development 2002, Johannesburg, United Nations Conference on the Sustainable Development 2012, that was at Rio, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change 2015 at Paris Conference, World Sustainable Development Summit 2016 at New Delhi. What is the right answer? The Partnership for Action on Green Economy. Very, very important. Please do remember that. Let me give you a hint. PAGE was an outcome of Rio plus 20 summit. Now hope so you can guess the right answer, or you can tell me the right answer. It was an outcome of Rio plus 20 summit. Rio plus 20 summit. So Rio plus 20 means what? First Rio summit, उसमें 20 years add करना है, and then we will get the desired answer. Yes, the answer is option number B, that is United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. Please do remember this, UNCSD. All right, UNCSD. Year was 2012. Venue was same, Rio de Janeiro. Okay, right. So PAGE is in existence. This initiative is in existence since how many years now? 10 years. Okay, that's why I remember this. It was exactly 10 years back when this was launched. All right. Okay. Now come to the next question, guys. Wildlife Protection Act Amendment Bill 2021. Which of the following statements are correct? Now, why this question is important? Because we know Wildlife Protection Act was passed in the year 1972 by the Parliament, and this year 50 years are being observed of this particular act, right? So, and most importantly, this act was amended, or the amendment bill was introduced in Parliament in the year 2021. Hanji, bill increases the penalties for wildlife crimes. This is absolutely correct. Okay. Then bill prohibits the processing, trading, and breeding species without prior permission from CITES authority. CITES authority. This is also absolutely correct, right? Then the bill recognizes threats that invasive alien species pose. Absolutely correct. So what will be the correct answer of this? It is option number D. Option number D is the correct answer. Okay. Next, guys, the vernacular innovation program is an initiative of which of the following institutions? Vernacular innovation program. Vernacular innovation program recently seen in news. Is a program of which of the following institutions? This is a subcomponent of AIM. This is the biggest hint that I can give you. A subcomponent of AIM. Anji. Subcomponent of AIM, Atal Innovation Mission. क्या हो जाएगा? नीति आयोग. All right. नीति आयोग. Niti Aayog is the correct answer. Okay. Niti Aayog is the correct answer. Guys, next, Operation Olivia, which was in news recently, is started by or is led by which of the following institutions? Operation Olivia. Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, Turtle Survival Alliance, Indian Coast Guard, Worldwide Fund for Nature. Olivia means what? Olive Ridley turtles. This is an operation to conserve olive Ridley turtles. All right. First, remember this. And this operation is an initiative of Indian Coast Guard. Okay, Indian Coast Guard. Now, can you tell me in Odisha near which coast in Odisha we find the population of olive ridley turtles? Near which coast of Odisha we find the population of olive ridley turtles? Meanwhile, let me move to the next question. A very easy one. What is heavenly harmony sometimes mentioned in news? What is heavenly harmony sometimes mentioned in news? Let's see how many of you get it right. A new antiviral drug to fight COVID-19, or is it the multi-stakeholder initiative found by the first world countries, or is it an all-weather air defense system developed by Israel? So the first correct answer that I got is from Himang. And then the second correct answer is from Vaibhav. Yes, heavenly harmony is referred for, it is a term referred to what? The crew module that was Tiangong, and of which country? Of China, for its space station, right? So answer will be none of the above. None of the above. All right. Let's see if we can go for the another question. So with reference to International Criminal Court, consider the following statements. Guys, statement number 1, it is the first and only permanent international court with jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for the international crimes of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. True or false? It is the first and only permanent international court with jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for the international crimes of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. Yes, so this is absolutely correct. Right, this is absolutely correct. Guys, statement number 2, please validate. India is not a party to Rome Statute along with US and China. Is this true or false? Statement number 2, India is not a party to Rome Statute along with US and China. This is absolutely correct again. And it is headquartered at Hague, Netherlands. We already know this is absolutely correct. So this makes 1, 2, and 3, absolutely correct. All right. Now, the last question that we will discuss today, because we have already exceeded our time. All right. So, Boltzmann Medal is awarded by the Commission on Statistical Physics, C3 of the International Union of Pure and Applied Physics. C3 group, absolutely correct. Right. It was initiated in the year 1975. This is also correct. It is given only once to a person on the condition that the person has not won a Nobel Prize so far. 1, 2, and 3. Now, can you tell me which Indian, for the very first time, has been awarded this prestigious prize? First Indian to receive this award, Boltzmann Medal Award. First Indian. What is the name? What is the name of awardee? Anybody? Boltzmann Medal has been awarded to very first time to which Indian? So let's see who has answered. All right. So Sindhuja, Akshat, Amir, and then Anshika have answered it absolutely correct. So the name is Deepak Dhar, right? Deepak Dhar. And he has been awarded this prize along with J. Hopfield. Also remember the other awardee, J. Hopfield. Okay. So these are the two co-awardees. But most importantly, we have to remember Deepak Dhar, who is the first awardee, first Indian to get this award. All right. So we had more questions to discuss, but we have already exceeded our time. So let's conclude the session today itself. Up till here only. All right. So hope so you have made your notes and you will be revising through this session. Okay. And see you in another session with another such topic and with some other MCQs that we'll look into. So thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, keep revising, and all the best.